Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all to Virtual International Conference on Digital Disruption and Business Transformation. I request Dr. A. Sharmila, Associate Professor, School of Commerce, Jain Deemed to be University, to present the compiled report for the day. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. In today's era of volatility, there is no other way but to reinvent. The only sustainable advantage you can have others is agility. That's it. Because nothing else is sustainable. Everything else you create, somebody else will replicate. With the say of Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, digital disruption, the transformation caused by emerging digital technologies and business models, is a reality across sectors worldwide. It's a paradigm shift that is here to stay with born deep effects for all organizations. This has resulted in the way companies function. Transformation is redefining our place in society and in business, therefore accelerates and eliminates the already existing and ongoing horizontal and global processes of change in society. In this backdrop, Student Research Development Cell show the School of Commerce, Jain Deemed to be University, in partnering with iNurture Education Solutions Private Limited, organizing a virtual international conference on digital disruption and business transformation on 29th March 2022. I, Dr. Sharmila Ashraf, Associate Professor, School of Commerce, Jain Deemed to be University, is presenting this report. Today, that's on 29th March 2022, at 9:30 a.m., the inaugural session was started. Professor Gonika Vema was the MC for the day. Dr. Megha Garud, Assistant Professor, School of Commerce, Jain Deemed to be University, introduced the keynote speaker. Mr. Tilak Banerjee, GBS leader, author, advisor on digital transformation and intelligent automation in finance, who delivered the keynote address on the topic Digital Disruption in Finance and the Humbert Model. Sir shared his experience about the practical aspects of transformation in industries. A survey was conducted by the team to understand about the implementation of the automation in the industries. The outcome of the survey was the threat exists, but the organization does not found it to be a constraint. The quantum of the threat can be negligible for the whole program. So also highlighted that major challenges of the organization were standardization of processes, which includes security, investments, prioritization, and extent. But employees fear about job loss. That is not much concern. He has narrated that the organizations are highly successful due to the implementation of this digital disruption in finance. He pointed out the intention of the automation is not the replacement of the human beings completely. The intention of the digital transformation in finance is very different, that finance transformation to make it more robust, free up the time to the people so that they can focus more on their core activities, develop their skills. Sir also pointed out the people should aware about the change management practices which will make success. This is the need of understanding the real threat and perceived threat as finance is going through the transformation. He spotted that upskilling, reskilling, and career pathing should have a positive effect on retention. He added that the future is inevitable, a Humbert workforce. He also shared that he has developed a new organizational chart for his organization where it is important to recognize that there is a bot doing a particular task, and it is important to align the bot with a human to work as a buddy. So this is treated as an individual as a digital worker than the human worker. He concluded that the new combined worker of the future, that is, humans must adapt to collaborate with the machines, and when that collaboration happens, the end result is stronger. After a short break, the panel discussion was started at 11 a.m. on the topic Digital Disruption and Business Transformation. Dr. Megha Garud, Assistant Professor, School of Commerce, Jain deemed to be University, introduced the moderator, Dr. Annie Arnav, Associate Professor, School of Commerce, Jain deemed to be University. Dr. Annie Arnav initiated the panel discussion by describing about the digital transformation. The transformation accelerates and eliminates the already existing and ongoing the horizontal and group processes on changes in the society. Our first panelist was Mr. Arul Amudan Gunalan, Director, Head of Marketing and CX at Skellam AI, Bengaluru. He pointed out the importance of digital transformation by stating that how the situation was managed during the pandemic with the help of digital platforms. He also explained the different sectors where the digital transformation is used widely and benefits of that like education sector, railway sector, etc. He explained what does the digital do and do we save time on work with live examples. He pointed out even the basic management concepts like how to increase the revenues and decrease the expenses through digitally. The second panelist was Mr. Ashwini Sahu. He spoke about the conventional media. He added that even the underdeveloped countries have developed due to the penetration of the digital transformation. Then the moderator introduced Dr. Venugopal Prabhakar Kantasala, MBA Program Director and Associate Professor, New York Institute of Technology, New York City, USA. He shared his own experience about the digital platforms that come to use for these days. He instanced how the lives of faculty has changed to the administrator. The last but not least, the panelist was Ms. Ananya Sundar, Digital Intelligence Specialist, RADA, Bengaluru. She gave a perspective related to social media. She had listened around 4 billion conversation every week in her company. The amount of data was too huge, but that's possible only because of the digital transformation. It is available anywhere and at any time. She highlighted that this transformation has reshaped many lives. She also pointed out the different brands or services related to digital for their better improvement and that drives them to grow fast. The four panelists responded to the queries and their concluding remarks were offered by the moderator, Dr. Annie Ornav. He thanked the eminent panelists for having spared their time to be part of the discussion. The afternoon session was started with paper presentations. At 1 p.m., we received good response from various authors for the paper call for the international conference. We received around 68 papers in total. These papers were included in the conference proceedings and accepted for presentation. The session chair for the Track 1 Economics was chaired by Professor Manjunath, Assistant Professor, Government First Grade College, Kolar, and was coordinated by Dr. Netravadi, Assistant Professor, School of Commerce, Jain deemed to be University. In total, 24 papers were presented. Track 2, that is for HR, International Business, Information Technology, were chaired by Dr. Serenma Devi, Associate Professor, Christ deemed to be University, Bengaluru, and was coordinated by Dr. S. Ramesh, Associate Professor, School of Commerce, Jain deemed to be University. In total, 24 papers were received. In Track 3, that is for Marketing, was chaired by Dr. Rupesh Kumar M., Assistant Professor, Christ deemed to be University, Bengaluru, and was coordinated by Dr. Netravadi. 20 papers were received and presented for the session. The valedictory session was started at 3:15 p.m. After the successful completion of the panel discussion. Professor Gonika Verma was the MC for the session. I, Dr. Sharmila Ashraf, signing off. Over to the MC. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, the most exciting and interesting part of our conference is announcement of the results and the Best Paper Awards. We have two positions for the second position, and we have two papers for the second position and one paper for the first position. The first paper for the second position is Financial Prudence, Study on the Impact of Family in Applying Financial Judgment on Gen Z by Dr. Rachna Saxena and by Rachna Shashadri. The second paper for second position is the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the mental health of the unemployed graduates by Jesslyn Daniel, Niveda, and Dr. Harmandeep Singh. And the best paper means on the first position, the paper is The Progress of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana by Dhanush and Gagana S. Congratulations. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Manju Priya to deliver vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Gonika ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Honorable Chief Guest, respected dignitaries, participants, faculty members, and dear students. Good evening to one and all present here. Once John F. Kennedy said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. On behalf of Jain deemed to be University and Student Research Development Cell, SODA, I would like to thank, in absence, our Honorable Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Director, School of Commerce, Head of the Departments and Coordinator of School of Commerce, Dr. Sujay Nair, Chief Product Officer, High Nature Education Solutions Private Limited, and also to the team worked extensively for the one-day international conference on digital disruptions and business transformation. And I also thank the participants who presented their research papers and to the students from various universities and colleges. I extend my sincere gratitude to SHODA, Students Research Development Cell, Jain deemed to be University, for giving me this opportunity to express my thanks on this special day. I also express my heartfelt thanks to our speaker, Mr. Tilak Banerjee, and panel members, Dr. Venugopal Prabhakar Gantasala, Mr. Ashwini Shahu, Ms. Ananya Sundar, and Mr. Arul Amudan Gunalan, who honored this function with their inspirational and thoughtful words. It is indeed my happiness to thank the organizing committee members of this one-day virtual international conference and student coordinators, Mr. Anshu Kumar Dwivedi, Mr. Venkatesh Pratap Singh, Ms. Rachana, and Mr. Karan Jain, and the facilities management team, technical team, and the non-teaching staffs for their support throughout this program. I would like to thank students of Jain deemed to be University and also our beloved audience to make this event a grand success. I would like to quote the words of Dalai Lama here. The roots of all goodness lies in the soil of appreciation. I once again thank everyone who rendered their service to make this event a grand successful one. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, one and all. Back to Gonika.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would request you all to kindly switch on your videos for the photograph session. The link for the feedback form will be sent in the chat box. You are requested to fill it and submit it by end of this session. Participants will receive the certificate within 15 days of the conference. It's me, Professor Gonika Verma, along with Dr. Megha Garud, signing off as MC for the day. Thanks to all the participants, the organizing committee, faculty research cell, Shamshodhana, and student research development cell, Shodha, School of Commerce, Jain deemed to be University, Bengaluru. Wish to see you all again. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form.